I knew it. He was laughing at her. I knew it. He's like, you cannot kill me, daughter. Talulah-chan. He's the most evil dad ever. He's like, that's right. It's me. He probably don't die, right? He's just like, he wants to be stabbed by her to make her go crazy or something. It's like a Darth Vader Palpatine thing. You betray me, but actually it makes me stronger by betraying me. Yeah. Show me your hatred. He's like, you will become me. What? Yeah, you will turn into me. As the Black Snake. It's a blessing now. I don't curse people, I bless them. What is this guy? He's just really, really evil. I guess he wants to be betrayed. He's like, that's right! Betray me! This scene was really great, yeah. That was really great. I mean, obviously he's immortal, I guess. Okay, maybe he's like Palpatine, he gets his body or whatever. But he clearly wanted to be killed by her, right? And actually not actually die. And he's like, ha ha ha, no, you have joined the dark side. It's great. But he's the main antagonist, I guess, of the whole game, right? This guy feels that he's the top head antagonist. So, in this video, guys, we're talking about hatred, right? This episode of Arknights was very, I feel, familiar to Star Wars with the whole Palpatine. Do you feel hate? Join the dark side, right? And basically, the main bad girl, right, has been trained by her evil, adoptive father, I guess. And he's the actual, of course, main bad guy. He's the real Palpatine. She's Darth Vader, I guess. And, we're seeing her backstory, how he kind of made her evil, and how isn't really evil, but actually can control her emotions and so forth, right? And I think it's an interesting episode. As already, this anime has a lot of, it has been about forgiveness, don't be stupid by hate, right? So in the previous episodes, it's been about the good girls, like Amiya and so on, right? Not letting her emotions turn her evil, right? And we see her friends kind of losing their mind or whatever. And now we see the bad girl and how she basically lost her mind. So it's an interesting part of it, right? And how she's like trying to save this old man. He dies, she goes crazy, he goes Sephiroth, she burns, kills everyone instead, right? She burns down the village and whatever. So it's interesting, I think, introspect if this whole idea of cultivated hate, should you have revenge and so on, right? So yet another episode. So again, let me subscribe, press the like button. I am of course gonna try to focus mostly on again the mental state of hate and so on, right? Which I think is really interesting. And also side note, there is some translations of that I really hate this episode. There is a lot of low Kaiser, right, when they adding some stupid translation that isn't there. They're adding some weird Russian that isn't there. They're forcing this thing, right? And then they're mistranslating some other names. It's really poor translated, I would say. Especially they speaks both Russian, Japanese, and English. Not the most much sense in the whole flashback with her grandpa. It's time for her backstory, right? She's like a noble person or something. She's like, yeah, let's go, Baba-chan. Yeah, come on. She lies every time. Every word from your mouth is a lie. So I deal with my yeah. But they call her babushka. It's hilarious. I can't know in English. I have to say I love to use this bitter, right? But she's in Japanese. She calls her Obashan, like auntie, right? Or grandma, like Baba. But for some reason in the English translation, they call her babushka. Yeah, this is like a really weird sub. Why don't you just call her grandma or auntie? They're like, they're probably, it's snow in Russia. They're like, babushka. Yeah, oh god. Sorry, I hate this thing. This is so terrible translation. No, it's like inserting, they're not calling her babushka, they're just calling her granny. Yeah, so now she's like babushka in English, but doesn't say that. Yeah, they doesn't call her at all. I hate this kind of translations, right? I said it so many times. I read about it last year, mostly in the game industry, but obviously localized is just terrible, right? This is another one of these things where the localizers, right, are enforcing this Russian thing into it. In Japanese, there's nothing like that whatsoever. I speak both Japanese, and I also can read Russian for that matter. She's not doing any kind of Russian accent, there's no Russian references, right? But because it's snow or something, this might just be Sweden for that matter. Why is it even Russia? It's gonna be Norway, you know what I mean? But for some reason, they're adding these extra lingo to it in English that she's talking her in Russian, in Cyrillic. Why don't you say in Cyrillic instead? Yeah. No, but I hate it because I hate it that a local job, right, is not to add something isn't there, right? You're supposed to just translate it. You're supposed to add something and oh, this is probably a Russian reference. No, it isn't. Not at all in Japanese or in Mandarin. Why are you doing this thing for? I hate this so much, seriously. To put out though again here, also mistranslation. Yeah, she doesn't call her wife. So I hate this so much, man. I hate this so much. because she doesn't call her wife here. She calls her like granny again here. She's like, oh, granny angry at you, and it says wife, right? So earlier they translated granny into like babushka, and now it's just like, no, now granny means wife instead. So they do whatever they want. Yeah, they translate how whatever. Oh, I hate it. It keeps going. It keeps going. What does it make any sense either? Yeah, of course now she's triggered the army to attack them, right? Because she's the infected girl. And also she's like the only known beard. The rest of them are the same kind of, race too. She's like the only foreigner too. It's obvious that she's her. This is Talulah evil now. So old man's gonna try to talk them down, I guess. He's affected. Oh, he's gonna sacrifice him. It's gonna be sad. Interesting now the grandpa is like, he was infected, so he gives himself up, he said. And the granny's like, I believe in you, Talulah-san. You're my daughter now. You can become a good little girl. Yeah, this is gonna kill him, right? Here we go. Now she's gonna. This is how Talulah turns evil. Yeah, so they kill her poor grandpa, and now she turns evil. She's gonna burn down the planet. I like she killed everyone else too. Nice. She burned down the whole village. She was like, you pissed me off. So now Talulah, she burns down everything. She's just like, yeah, she burned all. She done Sephiroth. This is the nibelheim of flame thing. Why is she burning down the civilians for? I don't know. She's just like, burn! Burn the world! No, but seriously, like, why did she kill all the civilians for? Next to her here. I guess she's not. This is honestly very similar to Sephiroth, you know? Nibelheim ablaze, yeah. Alina's like, there was always fire in your eyes. I knew you would Sephiroth me. You're a Sephiroth girl. You got white hair. She's Sephiroth. Yeah, she burned down her village. This is seriously Sephiroth again. But yeah, there was no reason for her to burn down the rest of the village. She was like, you killed my grandpa! Burn! There was no reason to her to go Sephiroth on the full village. No at all. Now this is the big baddie. He's the next orc, I guess, in the game. Yeah, I think this guy is the next orc, right? He's like the baddie after her, I guess. It's like a vampire guy. This is evil dragon, Lungman. So I guess this is the main antagonist. He's the full-on evil guy's army, right? Oh, I adopted you basically. It's like, yes, you are my daughter. You can't decide that you are my daughter. Okay. Yes, like, I've cultivated you, exactly. I'm evil. I have cultivated you to become my daughter. So I get kids too. Yeah, I train you to become my girl. This is dark. He's like, you will become me. What? Yeah, you will turn into me. As the Black Snake. Yeah, he cursed her. I don't know how to know. No, he's like, I'm just evil. He's a blessing now. I don't curse people, I bless them. What is this guy? He's just really, really evil. I guess he wants to be betrayed. He's like, that's right! Betray me! He's almost like immortal, right? He's just like, ha 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 ha! So there's a cute moment here. But she will die sad soon as well, right? We know Alina's dead too, right? Maybe she kills her. Maybe Talulah kills Alina. That's how she turned in pure evil. That's actually turned ultimate dark side. She's all flirty here now. God, Talulah and love. Yeah, now she's all like, let's build a new village. She's all idealistic, like, come on, cute guy. Yeah, this is her when she was so happy. They will all die soon, right? They will all die soon and she turns crazy. Oh my god! It's FrostNova! Yes. And then before they... She's taking a lot of happy here. This Talulah still is like, let's team up, girl. Let's team up. Okay, they have a cool fight here, I guess. Yeah, she got her ice power, she got her fire magic. This is how they became best friends now. This is how they teamed up. Yes, it's amazing. But this is obviously now like frost, ice versus fire. Yes, she's strong. Yeah. This is that ultimate waifu fight. Talulah versus FrostNova. Come on. To let the bad girls have a cool fight, man. It's a promise. They know how to become besties. I told you guys, I got the besties now. They're like, yes, this is every Arknight fight is like two hot waifus fighting each other, and then they fall in love. Yeah, then they become. See, they're best friends now. So I keep saying it. The whole anime, this whole anime operates on like cool, badass women fighting each other, and then they like each other. I watched it again. Yeah, look at this thing. They have Tony. Come on, this is like half the anime. Half the anime is like sad points about like, you know, war is wrong or something and hate and whatever, and the other half is just like two hot chicks fighting, and then they're like, you and me are best friends now. Yeah, I love you too, girl. You're so badass. You're so badass. I didn't The jump back, bam! You know, they're like, okay, I'm in love with you. Let's do it now. Yeah. I'm calling it all. Come on, this was Sephiroth. This was a Sephiroth episode. This has to be inspired by Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Obviously, he's the best character ever. We all know that. This was a straight up a Sephiroth scene. She's just like, yes, revenge. She burns down the whole village, and she stands in the fire like, She even does his pose, basically, you know, standing with the blade, you know, like, yes, I burned it all down. Less cool, I would say, honestly, though. Yeah, this is like a BT Sephiroth, to be honest, guys. I think it's a decent storyline. But Sephiroth is cooler where he learns he's like a clone, and his mama is this monster down in the basement. Yeah, his, you know, insanity route is a little more interesting in this part. But, you know, sure. She was trying to protect, you know, the Babas and the GG's, right? And she failed, and then she just went crazy and started burning down everything when she did, after she, yeah, so you kind of see she can't control her fire, right? I'm surprised the episode didn't actually end the flashback. I mean, we didn't still see she actually turning into the evil ruler. We saw her obviously in the end there picking up FrostNova, you know, hot waifu, and yeah, but it didn't actually like lead her to going crazy. I mean, except this scene, of course, but the full craziness didn't happen yet, so it's like more than one full episode of flashback with her. It's a little bit crazy, but I guess they're gonna end it with like defeating her, right? The last episode of the season is probably the, you know, Amiya and so on, right, fighting Talulah, and that's like the last bit of the whole season. So I'm guessing the flashback could actually be a full next episode as well, so I guess they can kind of get into like the climactic fight, right? So but yeah, it's been a lot of time on her there. I really love her evil dad, though. How he's like, I cultivated your hatred. But honestly, it feels very inspired. I kept saying it by Palpatine, right? You know, Star Wars. And then this, of course, by FF7, right? Yeah, Sephiroth things. Because that felt very, very similar to Palpatine. How the Dart, you know, how they kind of operate, Darth Sidious and so on. And all of them kind of operate in the similar path. Of it's like, I have my one, you know, apprentice, and I train them. And then they actually want them to kind of betray them a little bit because they get stronger by betraying them, and they kind of want the next one to get stronger or whatever, right? And he has other bodies, so he can't die and so on. And, you know, it's kind of, you know, the whole join the dark side, right? He wants her to attack him, because that means that she cannot control her emotions anymore, right? She has hate in her blood, you know, where, for example, the whole classic yoga training with Luke, of course, the point is that you should not try to, you know, kill your enemy, right? You should defeat them and control your emotion, and, you know, don't let your emotion, you know, channel the dark side, right? So this was very much like, oh yes, I made you evil, but you know, yeah, give you a blessing. Yeah, so he trained her to become evil, right? So she can't control the emotion anymore. So I like the whole storyline, but it does feel heavily inspired by Star Wars. Absolutely, he felt very, very Palpatine. But yeah, I like it, and interesting. The whole, you know, cultivation of hate, right? And I always find this an interesting general point in anime. Obviously, narrative was in my mind, you know, it touches Sasuke some more, right? But I always find it so weird because it is very much played out as that hate is a bad thing or whatever, right? But in some storylines, like Naruto, it's like, but Sasuke gets stronger by hate. Is hate really a bad motivation? Because in reality, and I always felt that with revenge too, right? You see a lot of stories when the character is like, oh, I got revenge, I killed everyone, and now my life is sad or whatever. But in reality, getting revenge, and trust me, I got a lot of revenge in my life, getting revenge actually is just goddamn sweet, and you don't feel empty afterwards, you feel happy afterwards. I think media has tried to pretend that getting revenge and, you know, using your hate is a bad thing, but in reality, trust me guys, getting revenge is badass. It's really satisfying, and your life can still go on, you know. I guess you have some stories where the character is so consumed by the hate and the revenge that they get, you know, just have only one goal in life. But as long as you have, you know, like different goals, right? You can have one hate goal, one revenge goal, and then a bunch of other goals as well. Then you get your revenge, whatever, you have some other goals in life, right? So I don't think that revenge and hate is empty whatsoever, but I guess sometimes it can be. But I think it's because it's a very movie thing where it's very, very like black and white, right? So in reality, hate is goddamn sweet.